Halo, it's Jang here with a look at the Mega Bloks UNSC Kestrel Strike set based on the game Spartan Strike. The Kestrel itself is nearly the exact same build as the one that we got about 3 years ago, except this time it's in a respectable color scheme rather than that weird pearlescent high baby blue glitter color that they did before for the Repex prototype line before the game actually came out. So this is something now that looks respectable, looks like something that would actually fit into the Halo universe as a UNSC unit. I like it so much better than the other one. Also really helps knowing that it's a real thing. When the original set came out, we didn't know. This has no stickers on it, of course. All the Mega Bloks collector series stuff is just using prints. The prints themselves are good. The newer style of Spartan figures fit in there perfectly fine. I think they moved the seat back one stud relative to the original build, and it works out very, very easily. I mean, with no canopy over the top, everything open, it just fits right in there, even with all the extra bulk. As before, you can angle these side pods up and down a little bit, for showing a little bit of maneuvering going on. Also, the rear one can go up and down. These fan units are done in a transparent brown color, which looks pretty appropriate there. Again, just kind of works with a certain level of realism for this thing. And it does come with the stand. It's just 4 pieces down there, 3 of them transparent, and then one just big tile on the base. But that's really nice to have something to actually elevate this up. It's just good for display. Until stands are kind of standard fare for brick-built models like this, I will go out of my way to give thanks for stands because I think they're really, really valuable. And this one works just fine. If you don't want to use it, you can just pull that off, and as before, it'll still just sit on the ground. Just have some anti-studs, with their nice, very usable pieces, and still leans back a little bit. If I remember right, the original one did that as well. Maybe you can put just a plate under the back. But yeah, it's a good looking model now. The Forerunner weapon stand here looks really nice with the transparent orange on the back. You really build that up, it's a proper building experience. Has a couple of light rifles there and also a couple of binary rifles. On the UNSC side, they give you a crate and also one of these canisters. I'll get that canister open for you, and I went ahead and placed inside of it a splazer because that just looks good. It looks especially appropriate to me to put a splazer inside of these things, and this is usually where folks come through and say, it's not a splazer, it's a Spartan laser. Yeah, well, folks who've been playing for quite a long time still call it a splazer. And inside that crate, I have the modern style, the newer style or newer mold of sniper rifle, and that's in gunmetal gray, and this is a black railgun. This is an exclusive little piece right here. It's actually just a tile that's kind of inserted in there. Gives you the connection to the game itself. All the Promethean units included in this set use orange as their accent color, their hard light color, and they're just general light and accent color, including prints like you see the light line that's printed along the side of these upper limbs or wings of the Watcher, and also the eyes in there. But then the shield, the hard light shield that this Watcher is casting, is actually in red. So that's the one thing that's done in transparent red here. The set actually is a pretty good Promethean troop builder pack with a knight in the bright silver color, and then 2 regular crawlers here and 1 alpha crawler, again with the orange accent color. Just good stuff. Right now the knight has a scatter shot equipped, and as always with these, as they've designed into them from the start, you can place the Watcher inside of there, just fold it up and it'll go right in. And this is more Promethean stuff really than just the volume of it than I was kind of expecting from this set. Also, the quality is really good with the paint applications. They got some pretty fine applications in there, and it's pretty consistent. They're not going to be perfect with something that's so mass produced, but for what it is, for how it's done, it is very good, better than some of them in the past. Here's a closer look at the paint apps on the Knight as well. This one is also done well, especially the all-important face. The War Master Spartan there on the left is the player from Spartan Strike, and the level of quality of that figure is right there with the Halo Heroes series figures, if not even maybe a little bit above, with just the number of paint applications. So many stripes were added appropriately. It ain't perfect, but it's really good. For something mass-produced, this is at the highest level of quality that I could ask for something that's fairly cheap. The number of applications there, especially to have those done on the thigh armor and on the shoulders, those are small pieces to have to get lined up properly. Also, the visor not only has the white stripe around it, it also has a black liner around it, which I keep begging for, keep hoping for more and more and more of, and they did it here. It's always nice to see. The main visor itself is metallic blue. It's very dark. It's a little bit on the subtle side relative to the black, but the black is fairly matte and appropriately applied. So I'm very happy about that. Also, another thing that surprises me, not this, but this guy over here, the ODST, I had to check my ODST collection, which I believe is fairly complete up to this point. I didn't have this one before. I believe this is a new ODST for this set, which is surprising given that it's such a generic color scheme. It's just basic drab. But we haven't gotten this color scheme completely in the super articulated units. So I believe this is the first one, and this is the type of figure that you would love to have many of if you want to have an ODST based scene, because the color scheme is so generic. It does have a proper visor, proper chest plate. He's got the fingerless gloves, so everything about him is just right. It's just a very massable unit. I hope that they'll do more like this. It's nice to get something new and different from one set to the next, but that is the type of figure that I think you want to be able to mass. So all told, I feel like this is a massive win of a set, way, way, way beyond my expectations for it. I knew that it was going to have a cool main figure in it. The little stuff on the side is nice. The Kestrel itself is a nice build and looks so much better in this color scheme. More Promethean stuff here than I expected. Turns this into a bit of a troop builder pack, and I'm just happy across the board with the ODST as well. The weapon selection is fine. They give you more weapons than you need for the figures that are included. It's just all good. Nothing for me to complain about here. But that's it for my look at this set, and if you would like to say anything about it to myself or to the rest of the viewers, please do leave a comment down below. Your feedback is always appreciated. I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching.